we're going to talk about today is going to be regarding the election in Pennsylvania between John Fetterman, who was formerly the lieutenant governor and ran for the governorship of Pennsylvania, against Mehmet Oz, who everyone knows as Dr. Oz. So one of the things I want to talk about is the fact that Dr. Oz is a creation in a political board, let's say a writing board, where you want to write up a character, you would write up Dr. Oz as a character. And that really is the sticking point on why you're seeing Republicans lose in a way that they didn't expect, even though from a data point perspective, the Republican Party doesn't offer you anything as a citizen, because Democrats barely offer you anything. So you got either barely or nothing. And that's always your choice in the United States of America. Hopefully, people like John Fetterman are going to begin to change that and actually use their office to help regular people, because that's what really, at the end of the day, people really want. So, Dr. Oz, you know him from TV, you know him from being this character that's selling you products. His methodology throughout the whole thing was poor. The campaign, the way they went about showing the image of this guy and what he was about was horrible. And he never even talked about what he would do policy-wise. And I think the American electorate has gotten somewhat more sophisticated from their perspective, which we're a lot more sophisticated, but they don't give us the credit for it. And they think we're just dumb and think that we should just vote for this bum or any bum they tried out, and you're supposed to automatically vote for him. But we have something, it's called a cell phone. And when you look at your cell phone and you start asking questions, you can ask some very basic questions about most of the most big stars that are in the Congress and in Washington today. You could do Mitch McConnell and get asked how much he's worth. You can do Nancy Pelosi, you can ask how much they're worth. And you start to realize they all have a lot of money and they're not invested in you. They're invested in corporations and lobbying. So now you got a guy in John Fetterman who has come through as a local guy, came up through the ranks, and he has a real message. And that message is a part of a larger thing that Americans want, which leans towards progressive policies, also leans towards a democratic socialist attitude that most of Europe, most of the G7 nations have. And for whatever reason, the capitalists here in this country are so greedy they can't realize they need to give people something so they can hang their hat on. What input will the citizens have? That's a question that I'm not sure we could answer. We can only answer with time. But hopefully, because of the type of race that it was, how tight it was, and it shouldn't have been as tight as it was, which shows you how much money in politics makes such a difference, that people get slammed with a bunch of cash at the last second. And the perfect example of that is Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker in Georgia. Because Herschel Walker, I mean, come on. Anybody listening to this guy, you have absolutely zero reason to be in a position of authority and power. A senator, and you come from Texas and you come all the way over there to Georgia because the white folks need a black dude to run against the other black dude. And you get all this money coming into you and you can't even put together sentences, brother. So you need to sit this one down. You know, you want to go coach at a high school somewhere, you're qualified. But being a senator from Georgia, no, sir, you can't do that.